How is everyone doing? Super excited and fired to be here talking with each and every last one of you all. But y'all know how I like to start this thing. Y'all do one of three things for me right now. I need you to like, share, and comment because you never know who might needs to hear this. And the whole purpose of me coming to you each and every week is to become the river and not the reservoir. So this provides you all with value so you can go out there and provide value to others. Now, what I want to talk about this week that I feel a lot of us need is self-confidence. You need self-confidence coming into a new year in order to defeat everything that comes to you in the form of adversity or a challenge. Now, I'm telling you, a lack of self-confidence comes in so many different shapes and forms. And learning how to build self-confidence is pretty much an ongoing project for most of us. Now, we all are a work in progress, but I just want to give you some tips to actually help you build your self-confidence so you can be able to overcome whatever it is this year and get whatever it is that you want this year. Because everything that you see is basically yours, but you just have to have the self-confidence to go out there and get it. Now, I'm going to give y'all some tips. I'm going to give you two of them. Two things. I'm going to start out with two headers. Number one, keep the promises that you make to yourself. I don't know how vital is this because it's better to not make a commitment than to not keep it. It's better to not make a commitment than not keep it. This is all about integrity. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Do not procrastinate because procrastination is just a state. And if you say that you're going to stop doing something, do not relapse. Stop it. I really want everybody to understand the importance of this. Like, before you can keep promises to yourself, you have to confirm that they're relevant and they're meaningful to you. So if it's meaningful to you, guarantee that you will keep to it. I guarantee it. Now, having clarity about what matters most to you is a great place to start. It's okay to have different goals today than you did 5 years ago. Because think about it, you're always growing. If you had the same goals you had 5 years ago, something is totally wrong. But if you have a dream that persists and that nags your psyche and begs to be acknowledged, it's worthwhile to pursue it. I'm telling you. If you have something that stays on the forefront of your mind, because whatever you focus on will grow, then you can basically build confidence towards that, because now all your energy and your focus is actually going towards whatever it is that you want. Now, I know it is easy. It is very, very easy for us to blame the external forces for our inability to act. You can't blame anything that's going on the outside that's stopping you from acting this year. You have to look in the mirror and say, okay, I know it's me. I know it's me. I know it's the internal forces that's preventing me from the progress that I should have. It's a couple internal forces that we do have. It could be the fear of failure. Everyone goes through the fear of failure. Everyone. What if it don't work? What if it ends up like this? I don't know how to do this. I don't know how the end result will look. That's fear in your ear. Some people had a fear of success. What if it do work? How would I accomplish this after I succeed in it? How I accomplish more after I succeed in it? So fear of success is a thing. A lot of us have a fear of success. Like I tell everybody, everyone that's looking at this right now has some level of greatness in them. And I know everyone can achieve anything, but it's just all up to you. You got to get your mind away from fear to overcome fear. Whether it be fear of success or fear of failure, you have to get away from it. And I'm not even going to say run away from it. You just got to face it, because you get a return on what you face and not what you fear. The more that you are willing to face adversity and challenge, the more that you will get out of life. So what type of return do you want out of life? And a lot of us worry about what people say or how they perceive us. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. It's all up to you. Long as you think you're worthy of whatever it is that you want, your ambition will meet it. Your ambition, your drive, and your action will meet it. Now you can start to hold these promises that you have with yourself because everything lines up. Number 2, watch how you speak about yourself and to others, but especially yourself. Self-talk. What kind of self-talk are you having on a day-to-day basis with yourself? And I think we have like 80,000 some thoughts. And at least 70 to 80% of those are negative. I'm going to tell you, your subconscious mind is an eavesdropper. She always is listening to everything that you say, whether it be mentally or whether it be verbally. Always listening. She don't care if it's true or not. She's just going to take it in. You're never going to feel confident if you have negative commentary running through your mind at all times. Your mind is telling you that you're no good. And I know you're great. Think about your self-talk. If you're not putting up yourself, you're putting down yourself. Say more things, affirm better things with yourself. And once you start affirming better things with your health, now you see it start to boost your self-confidence. And then now you can achieve more. Treat yourself like you would your best friend or cheer, or if you cheer someone on. Treat yourself like that. Sometimes you have to be your biggest cheerleader because a lot of people that's in your environment is not cheering for you. And the things that you say to yourself can have a major impact on how you view yourself, your actions. So be mindful. And I really want you to think. Think, people. The better you talk to yourself, the better comes out of life. It's time to level up in 2023. And the one way that I do it is by the self-confidence formula. If you haven't heard about it, I highly suggest that you hear it and go and look it up. It's by Napoleon Hill, the self-confidence formula. I'm going to write it up here. Let me see. I'm going to write it up here. So, number 1 being, I'm going to break it down in the most practical sense. Number 1 being, roll with the wrong side. And I'm going to go off this, but if, like I say, you have a pen and pad, I highly suggest that you use it. Persist. Persistent action. So you have to have persistence and you have to take action. That's number 1. The more persistent that you are, the more you can endure and get over things. You need to promise yourself that you will persevere and take the correct actions to obtain your self-confidence on a day-to-day basis. Now, I know everyone looking at this right now has the ability to achieve any chief aim that you have in life. But get this, you have to demand of yourself persistence. Because like I just told you, it's going to be a lot of things that come up. Adversity, challenges, turmoil, grief. But you have to persist no matter what's going on in life. That comes with a little bit of emotional intelligence. And you have to take action. Even in those times that you don't want to take action, you have to take some type of action in order to attain whatever it is that you want. So if you want something big, guess what? You have to render such an action just to attain it. It's a catch to it. If you believe in yourself and your ability to do it, now you become fearless and active enough to challenge yourself and to challenge the challenge. I'm going to say that again, to challenge the challenge. Once you challenge whatever it is that's holding you back, now you overcome it. But you have to be persistent, and you have to have some type of persistence, and you have to take action. Now, number two, focus on who you want to be. Focus. Focus on who you want to be. Now, I heard this thing, if in order for you to become somebody new, you have to kill the person that you are today. So your old you has to go out in order to make room for the new you. So however you see yourself in the future, you have to act as if. There's always a person that you should be admiring and fascinated by in your future or your future tense. If you see yourself as this person, you got to start walking as this person, talking as this person. Because I'm telling you, your dominating thoughts in your mind about your future self, it will reproduce itself outward. So the challenge is to understand who you want to be, well, who you see yourself being, and then get there. Once you get this in your mind, now success, guess what? It turns the key and it starts to accelerate. One thing that I do know about success, it loves speed. And you have to have clarity and a mental picture of who it is that you want to become in order for you to have any type of success that you want in life. So whatever you have in mind, just don't get it clouded about doubt and fear, because now you're aiming for exactly who it is that you want. But I'm not saying have this as an all-day process. I really want you to just focus for 30 minutes daily on the person that you want to become. Because the more that you focus on it, the more clear that person becomes to you. And eventually you'll become that person and reach that goal. I really want everybody to understand this. To reach any goal, you have to grow into the person that can obtain that goal. So like I just told you, the person who you are today, it has to decease in order for something new to come up into your life. But I really want you to focus on the action and the becoming in order to focus on who you want to become. Now, number 3, demand. Demand self-confidence. Demand self-confidence. It's an active thought process. And once you get this active thought process of demanding, because only how you can demand is if you're short on something. So in order to achieve any goal, you have to have the willpower and the faith in yourself to do it. So once you meet this with any type of goal or anything in life, now you're moving more into the light of whatever it is that you want. And I know one principle that always helped me, and if you look at the formula, it always say the same thing: auto-suggestion. What type of affirmations are you having with yourself? Because a positive thought process with precise actions will always get you exactly what it is that you want, or obtain the self-confidence to get whatever it is that you want. You have to hold this in your head persistently. The more you hold it in your head, the more it becomes a reality. I'm going to say it again. The more you hold it in your head, the more it becomes a reality. And number 4, write it down. Once you have an idea in your head, it's in a spiritual form. But once you write it down, it's in a physical form. Write down your aim or your goal so you can clearly focus your energy and your effort on it. The more you read it, because like I said, once you read it, you're hearing it and you're saying it. Faith come by hearing, believing come by saying. Once you read it every day and you remind yourself of the self-confidence, you remind yourself, now you're gaining more self-confidence in it because you keep telling yourself this and you keep hearing it over and over and over again in order to achieve their goal. So write it down so you can see it and run to it. Now, number 5 being, last one, belief. Belief in yourself and others. You have to believe in yourself first in order to believe in others. Now, to attain any type of success in life, if you want ordinary success, achieve it yourself. But if you want extraordinary success, achieve it with others. Everybody has some type of resource to help you get towards your chief aim or your goal in life. So you have to believe in others as you will believe in yourself. But if you don't have any belief in yourself, it's not going to happen. That's why I'm telling you, self-confidence is very, very vital to your success. If you don't have any type of self-confidence in yourself, it cuts you out from whatever it is that you want, because now all these negative emotions come up in your life. Whether it be you're not accepting others, you hating on them, it's envy, it's jealousy, it's cynicism, and you cut yourself out of the blessings that you could be having in your life because you focusing on the negative rather than the positive. The more positivity that you have, now you can achieve your goals and your aim in life. I really want you to get that, because once you start, I hate when people, I ain't gonna say I hate when people, but I dislike when people say that I do not like people. How do you not like people? If you want to start a business right now, let me ask you, don't you need people to keep your business going? Don't you need people to shop with you? Don't you need people to become clients? So any way that you go or you take it, guess what? You're going to need people. But you need to be focusing more on the aspect of, okay, let me start believing in myself so I can believe in people. The more your belief is tarnished, the more it hurts your self-confidence. Belief is like a muscle. It's always in a gym. Always in the gym. But you have to keep working it out in order for life to work out. Now I'm telling you, go and get the self-confidence formula. Because it talks about 3 things. You must have faith. You must filter your thoughts. And you must take actions towards whatever it is. Once you have all 3 of these, I guarantee that you can have anything that you want. Oh yeah, and focus. Because a focused mind is a driven mind. And if you have a driven mind, you can navigate through whatever it is that life has for you or how that could potentially be coming towards you. Now, hopefully this aids you in basically gaining a better perspective in life, especially when it comes to self-confidence, so you can know how vital and important self-confidence is. But do me a favor, follow me on IG _whoisDT and DT Sturghill. And if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you doing? Subscribe now, so you never miss any type of value being dropped on a week-to-week basis. And you can look it up as DT space STURGHILL. And if you have not checked out my podcast with me and my brothers, definitely go and check it out. It's called the Mind Report Podcast. It's streaming everywhere that you could possibly find us. And we are basically helping you check your thoughts, because everything revolves around thoughts. You just need to have the correct thoughts in order to have the correct actions. And then once you have the correct actions, now you can correct what's going on in your life to better your life. But y'all have a good one. Let's try to build some type of self-confidence this week, so we can take on this year and dominate this year. Because if you're looking at this right now, you're supposed to dominate everything that comes before you. Once you dominate with everything that comes before you, success comes right after that. But y'all have a good one, and we're going to kick this week off right. All right.